Welcome everybody to the C Division finale this season for the 2026 spring season of the RBHL. Today we have the Raleigh Riptide and the LaBatt Blues in our final this season, and I gotta say, kind of an improbable one. We were not expecting the Raleigh Riptide to get here. I think a lot of people discounted their ability to get here, but yet they still persevered last week in overtime with a 4-3 win over Storm Surge, bringing them into the final, and this is going to be an interesting matchup. We have very kind of similar teams in the goaltending department. We have Daniel Wilson over here with the Riptide. Coming into this game, his first game, he had 14 saves. He had an .824 save percentage. Over on the other side with LaBatt, same kind of saves percentage, .882%, 15 saves as well. Both teams were able to get 4 goals in the back of the net. Goals are going to be hard to come by today. It's going to be extremely important to get off to a hot start here. Daniel Wilson, we've seen him before catch fire in the playoffs. He's got a chance to do that today. Same thing over here with LaBatt. They have incredible goal scoring ability throughout this roster. It's going to be an incredible matchup today. We're looking forward to it, and we'll see who comes out on top for the 2026 C spring season. Welcome everybody to the C finale today. As we said in the pregame, it is the LaBatt Blues versus the Raleigh Riptide. The Raleigh Riptide coming back here after winning not too long ago. They won, I believe, the Fall C Championship in dramatic fashion with an overtime goal, a last-second sudden death goal. And they're looking to do the same thing here today, looking to replicate the magic that they had before as we take the draw. We're underway here. And an even draw already in the zone here, though, for the Blues, looking to establish possession here early. And as we mentioned, it's going to be really important for these guys to get going early, get some goals and some opportunities. Step back into the zone here comes LaBatt. Early opportunities here all LaBatt's way in the first minute of this period, but back the other way comes Chris Brown. He's got a man with him, 2-on-2, back the other way as they head into the corner. Into the corner they go, a shot, doesn't get to the goal, right at the feet, rebound, another shot opportunity, it's in! And the Riptide, in the first minute of the game, first shot on goal of the game, and take the lead, just 37 seconds in, a 1-0 game, and Raleigh, just like that, establishing dominance early in this one, and a goal within the first minute of the game, definitely gonna set the tone, but still a ton of time for things to change, but a big one to start the day out on the first line. Face-off draw taken at the middle here. Riptide coming off of a quick goal here, back the other way and falling down, and it will be, yep. So already in the first 43 seconds of the game, we have a trip call on the Riptide following the opening goal, and then a goal in the first 37 seconds. So kind of back and forth game here. LaBatt had all the momentum in the first 30 seconds, and then the Riptide got it down in the zone, took a shot, first one on net, goes in, and now they get a tripping call here, and LaBatt goes to the power play just 43 seconds into this one. Taking the draw will be Clemente for the Blues, takes the draw, wins it back over to the corner, and that one's going to be knocked out of the zone. No ice call, of course, here on the penalty kill as LaBatt tries to reestablish in their own zone. Over here in the corner, taking it up, trying to find a way into the zone, but great penalty kill defense there as another stopped ball there down at the other end, chasing it in. They're going to try to have numbers back the other way. A great defense at the blue line there, and LaBatt just unable to possess, currently get it in the zone and start their power play. Sending into the zone, just missed there, a stamp. And this one sent back in again. Great penalty kill so far. 50 seconds remain on this power play. Back the other way go the Blues. Looking to find some momentum into the offensive zone. Trying to find those 4 goals they had last week. Battle at the corner, battle behind the net. And a stoppage in play here, out of play. So 32 seconds remaining on this power play for the Blues, looking to match that first goal by the Riptide. A minute 40 into the game. Daniel Wilson yet to face a lot of big trouble, but we'll see if LaBatt can produce something here on this power play. As a shot from top of the faceoff dot there goes wide. Battle in the corner for it, looking for somebody out in front. Backhand on goal. Daniel Wilson didn't see it, but he made the stop with his pad, diving at the ball to try to keep it in the zone. And away goes LaBatt. They still have the ball here with a shot at the top of the faceoff dot, back to the middle. Great defense. Slap shot from the point. That one just missed wide. 5 seconds remain on the power play. Across to the other point. 2-1. Power play over on Stamp at the point with the ball, takes a slight shot, gets deflected on the way in, bouncing around, and Wilson able to get a glove on it. So almost coming away with a goal there was LaBatt, but the Riptide able to fight off the power play. It'll be a defensive zone draw here as Wilson comes up with the ball. Kind of a sneaky one there, almost trickled its way in. It was really just kind of thrown at the net to maybe get a stoppage of play or a rebound, and that's exactly what happened when Wilson tracked it the whole way through. Dialed in on that power play. Taking the draw here. Cyrus actually takes the draw for the LaBatt Blues. They win it. Go to the front of the net, looking for Brad Gold. Can't find him. Going back towards the point with it. It's going to get stolen here by Chris Brown. Over here in the corner. Into the zone they go. Silva. Back to the point. Holding on to it, making moves. Roberts with a shot, and that one was deflected wide. Never made it. Battle in the corner. Cyrus back to play it. Trying to find a pass up the boards. He does. Breakout pass here for the Blues, trying to get out of their own zone, but they are not able to get solid possession here on the even strike. That shot on goal out of nowhere by Brown. Glove save. Great reaction save there. That one was almost a disaster goal. Another goal almost happened there out of nowhere. Brown with a shot off of the left wing boards. Across, though. Great interception here by LaBatt. Can they get it out of their own zone? In their own end, and they're going to throw it down. No icing. It gets to the Riptide. Now played up. Shot blocked by the defender here, and it's going to be held for a cover and get a fresh change going for LaBatt. Not even halfway through this first period, we've seen some great chances, a goal and a penalty. We'll see how that plays out here. Offensive zone draw. One of the first that we've had. I think the first offensive zone draw I've seen for the Riptide. So we'll see if they can make anything out of it. Even strength play is kind of swung towards the Riptide's direction. They have come to play here so far. As Lacasse takes a draw for the Riptide. This one's one across here. Stolen away, though. Possessed by the Riptide. Holding it. Over to the point to Ocasio. Holding it. Trying to find an angle. He's going to just throw it down deep. It deflects up in the air. Over into the corner. Looking to play it. And out of the zone, no icing here. He got the line. Amish down to play it in the corner. LaBatt trying to find a goal here to even things up. Just 4 minutes into this first period, battle in the corner. The Riptide trying to find a way to get out of the zone, but LaBatt is applying the pressure here. It has been a struggle for both teams really to break it out of the zone as two players fall down here, but I don't think there's a penalty. No penalty called there. We are good. Kind of an incidental contact there is LaBatt will control it in their own zone. Change for both teams. Pass, long stretch pass, looked like it was tipped. No icing here, but LaBatt's going to establish possession. Looking for a man. He's got two out in front. In the corner, to the front. Received, shot, deflected. What a save by Daniel Wilson. It's still loose, though. Trying to find the ball. The Riptide found it, but what a save by Daniel Wilson. We talked about it in the pre-show about his ability to find some spectacular saves and catch fire at the right time. He did there, diving across, stretching to his right, making the save. Ball was loose there. Rebound opportunity was taken care of, though. So Riptide have an opportunity back the other way. Holding it. Shot from the dot, way high off of the boards, but looking to keep possession of the ball in the LaBatt zone. Played with the hand forward, but no hand pass there, clean to himself. LaBatt has the ball back in their own zone, looking to break out. Firing it up the corner boards. No one there to take it. Back in for the Riptide, no one to receive it. A little bit of back and forth here. LaBatt trying to establish possession. Great poke check here. Back the other way come the Riptide. 2-on-2 with some trailers coming behind. In the corner, sent to the front. Blocked down and held by Beebe. 4:33 remains here in this first period of action of the C Spring Championship 2026. It's a 1-0 game here. Riptide scoring within the first minute of the game. LaBatt got a power play, but we're unable to capitalize on that. And now it'll be a draw here at the left wing circle, and a shot, a deflected shot. Brown again, he's had 2 shots there that have kind of just found the way to the goalie, and both have almost gone in by surprise, but a good way to fight that off. Beebe hanging in there for his team right now, doing all he can to make this work. Into the zone, back the other way go LaBatt. Can they get in here? That's been struggling. Great pass to the middle. Got a man to his left, but they're able to get it in at least. We'll see what they're able to do now in the corner here. Great back checking there by the Riptide. Sent way out, but I think that one is going to go for icing. Misses the stick of Mendel. A good effort there to try to play it, but this will be an offensive zone draw for the Blues.
Guys, if you have a shin strap, make sure it's strapped up. Center. Get a center. You all right? I got it. Red, make sure if you have a chin strap.
So swapping centers there, and a draw here is won by the Riptide. Knocked out of the zone. This one's going to go for another icing unless he can beat it. And no, another icing. So back-to-back icings here by the Riptide.
Gotta tape it, Cyrus. You gotta tape it.
So it sounds like some back and forth here, some equipment issues here for the LaBatt Blues. It was Cyrus who was pulled off for a faulty chin strap. We'll see if he can get that fixed up. So they had to swap him out at center here. Something to pay attention to. Shot didn't find its way all the way through. At the point, though, the Blues will play it back in. They haven't been able to really establish possession besides that great chance on Daniel Wilson, who was able to save it, but they got a chance here. Back, great pass down to the face-off dot, turning, trying to shoot, can't find a way to get it through. The Blues still maintain possession. Stamp at the point. Back down in. Across, back to the middle, give and go. Great defensive play by Chris Brown. Back to the point, though, wide open shot, a drive, another block by Chris Brown. And he's been all over the rink today. This one's going to go back down for another icing. Third icing here in a row by the Riptide. Just can't quite clear it. And that was a great defensive play there by Chris Brown. He broke up the first pass across, the first shot, and then, I mean, he's had a great game so far. 2 shots on goal out of nowhere. He's been playing great defensively, kind of keeping his team in it when he's out there. So, but another icing. They're starting to get tired here as they're able to sub people back in for the Blues. Riptide unable to change. Something to keep an eye on here as they try to find their first goal of the game. 3 minutes remain in the first period. Draw. It's won by the Riptide, but the Blues find it first. In the quarter, Amish trying to play it. Handling it. Back down below the net. Gold trying to go back there and play it, but the Riptide possess. They throw it out, trying to get it out of the zone. They do get it out of the zone, and there will be no icing this time as they try to make a quick change. LaCasse onto the rink, takes the ball back, trying to break it out of their own zone. Almost lost possession. Quick pass up to Chris Brown. Can he find a way through? Brown trying to find a pass to the middle. He's got one man streaking into the middle. Great play by the goalie there. Beebe to put a stick to it, knocks it over to the corner. Battle at the corner again, trying to find room. LaCasse holding, point wide open, goes to the point, holding it now, looking to take a shot all day long. Misplays it, trying to go across. Trying to go to Ocasio here, he ends up getting to it. Battling here at the corner. Ball possessed by the Riptide still. Trying to find a way to get a shot on net as this one's knocked out of play. And it should stay in the LaBatt zone, and they cannot change. It was straight out. So we saw a little bit of some miscues there from the Riptide trying to get it out of their own zone. 3 straight icings. Now LaBatt struggled there with the the Riptide trying to get out of there. They went straight out of the rink there. It's going to stay low. So no change, staying low here. So LaBatt, tired bodies on for them. Riptide trying to win it back. They do. Ocasio with a shot. Didn't get anywhere. Oh, it deflected. It almost went in. Corrigan, the referee signals no. I think it might have touched the crossbar, but it didn't go in. Unbelievable bounce there. Battle in front again. Trying to find possession. The Riptide did not win that ball there. They're going to win it here, though, on the boards to the middle. Bouncing around. Gold going to be the first one to get on it for LaBatt. Trying to carry it out. He will as they go to change. Gold shoots it on net, trying to possess, and it bounces up, and Wilson holds. And the Blues will get a change with 1:30 to go, but what a deflection and almost a goal there. Off of the foot of a Blues defender, off the crossbar and out. And the Riptide trying to find another lucky goal here in the first period. They've found a few good bounces. We'll see if they can continue that luck into the second period, but they still have 1.5 minutes to close. Draw here, one back cleanly by the Blues. Shot blocked right there and out the other way. Here come the Riptide. No, great stick play there. Another shot. That one's going straight out of the zone, though. So they'll lose zone control. Slap shot went straight over the net. Did not touch the glass. So outside of the zone it comes. And I got to be honest, some of these bounces have been really tough for these goalies. They saw on that last possession there that Daniel Wilson struggled to handle that kind of light shot from Brad Gold trying to get a change. And then even back the other way, some crazy bounces going the way of the Riptide on Beebe. As this one's sent back, it looks like we got a penalty here. And it looks like a helmet issue. Equipment malfunction for the Blues. So
44 Blue.
High stick.
44. Let's go.
Give me one moment here. We're sorting out the call. It looks like it's going to be 44 high stick. So call there officially. It was called by Southern, but it was a high stick. High stick called there. This is going to put the Riptide on a power play, the first one that they've had all game, and immediately a clear out here by the LaBatt Blues. Trying to enter the zone, go the Riptide. Passing it off to Brown, can't quite control it, but it goes in either way. The LaBatt Blues trying to clear it, trying to slow it down. Battle along the boards, ooh, and losing a glove. Gotta pick up his glove here, but still playing tough. And this one's shot in. Brown trying to get the rebound, still loose in front of the net. Battle, a diving play by the goalie, gets the ball, and wow, what an effort as they clear straight out of the bench. They won't be able to change, and I don't think that faceoff's going to stay there. Was not tipped, but what a play by Beebe there. I mean, he's getting his team into it, the action here. LaBatt frustrated with the call there on the high stick, and they're just trying to make it out of this first period being down only one goal, and great athletic play there from the goaltender. Good effort as this one is thrown straight out. No ice here on the penalty kill. 30 seconds remain in this period. 44 on the power play. The Riptide will try to enter. Coming back the other way go the Riptide. Straight up the middle. Wasn't touched, but the goalie will take it. Will he play it? No, Beebe will hold on to it, and a battle at the front of the net. Stamp a little upset about how late that was, but looks like it's sorted out. So battle there towards the end, and the whistle was looking like it was going to be an icing, but was played by Beebe. He held on to it. 18 seconds remain here on this first period. One here across, nobody definitively possessing until the Riptide come onto it. Andrew with a shot from the point. Rebound opportunity, and jumping onto it again is Beebe. So great goaltending here, trying to gobble up these rebounds. About half that time was erased there just on that play. 9.9 remains in the first period. We'll be looking at an 11-second power play to start the second period if there's no goal here. So LaBatt trying to clear up the boards, not finding a way out. And there it goes over the stick, and that will do it for period number one. The Riptide taking the lead 1-0 on a first-minute goal. So starting up here in the second period, a little bit of a stoppage here kind of a little bit of an injury timeout, a hydration timeout here for LaBatt. BB went down, was not looking too hot. Glad to see that he's back in net and feeling a little bit better as we start the second period with a Riptide power play. Just getting ready to end though. 2-1 and out of the box. As a deflection shot here, Riptide still possessing it even though the power play is over in the corner. Riptide, power play over for them, 5-on-5 here, even strength. LaBatt looking to respond for their goalie, for their team. Great play by Gold there to break up that pass. A little bit of a change here, hectic change. That one's deflected out of play. And will be a face-off just outside of the zone, but no zone here for the Riptide.
No zone red. No zone red.
So as we mentioned, kind of in passing,
No zone.
the goalie for LaBatt at the end of the first period there was laboring for about 5 to 7 minutes, struggling with some hydration issues, was down, and they had to take care of him. Had a little bit of a longer intermission, so we'll kind of keep an eye on that as we go through this second period, although he makes a save there, knocks it straight back out, and LaBatt will try to look to get it out for their goalie. Great effort he had in the first period as well, making that diving stop. Both goalies have been on it today for their teams. 9 minutes left, only one has elapsed in this second period. Cyrus carries it in, holding the ball, looking to find a man to the front of the net. Oh, and a stick there by Wilson to try to break up a pass, and he'll just hold on to it, and that'll give LaBatt a chance to change. So kind of what both teams needed there. A little bit of a weird start to this first period, or excuse me, second period with the power play still going. And with that, the Riptide will have to take a defensive zone draw here. Defensive zone draw here for the Riptide. One back though, trying to get out of their own zone. Ocasio across behind the net, trying to find somebody, battle in the corner for it. Ball knocked back to the point. The Blues possess. And a nice diving play there by Ocasio to knock it out of the zone. 0-on-0 action there. And the Blues will have to regain the zone. They get it in here. And a great stop pass there. Taking a shot from the top of the dot, just over the net. Wilson did not get a piece of that, but it wasn't quite on target. LaBatt playing it deep. Behind the net they go, trying to find something. Amish battling hard against the boards. Battle here on the side. Stick knocked away from Blues player. Breaking it out. 3-on-1 back the other way for the Riptide. Across. Misses the pass. A shot. That one was blocked. So LaBatt, good back check there to save that from being a 3-on-1. Another shot. Way slow going to the net, but it was blocked and deflected again. Almost another weird bounce goal. Some weird bounces this game that LaBatt is having to deal with. A shot. This one is blocked by the paddle, straight up into the air, and in the corner, LaBatt possesses, trying to find a way to clear it out of the zone. They finally get out of the zone. Across, this pass goes for the Riptide. A nice play there, though, to break it up. A chance here for LaBatt back the other way. Oh, hey, to the front, chance there. Fantastic pass, but better defense to come back and back check that one away. The net was open, but just unable to get a shot off there as Brown tries to break it back in for the Riptide. Standing tight at the blue line. A shot! That one goes wide. BB lets it go. Tried to get a glove on it, but didn't need to, as looking like it went straight out of play. So no change for the Riptide. Or a correction there for Corrigan. They can change there since it's the half boards that went over and out of. So straight out into the bench. No harm, no foul there. Battle here for the face-off. The Riptide. Huge shot coming from the point. That one just missed wide. Another try and a big save there for BB. So great work there by both teams. Great work on both ends by both of these teams that as we've mentioned, both wanting to win it for their goalies today. They've been playing their hearts out, at least in these first 13 minutes. This one is one back. Another shot looking to come from the point. This one is going to go wide, though. Rebound off the glass. Shot! That one just went wide. I don't even think he saw it, but never got there. Battle there on the boards. Mandel up. Still left in here by the Riptide. They were able to keep it in. Floating blue line rules in effect. Battle in the corner. Hard fought here. The Riptide trying to battle for every inch. Ball was shot towards the back of the net. Still behind the net. Pushing, shoving, trying to get the ball. Trying to possess. Good battles here from both players. As this one's held back up to the point. Mandela up there for the Blues. He's going to try to break it out and clear. He gets it out of the zone. Trying to gain possession in the zone. They're offsides. They get back onside just in time. Way to recover there, but this one's coming right back out the other way. The Riptide possessing it. And they throw it in the zone, and that one will go all the way down. And chaos here from both ends. Here into the zone. The Riptide try to take possession. Wide open in front of the net. Roberts with the ball. Shot wide of the net. A cross check in front of the net there, and kind of missed from both players. It's getting a little chippy. Cross check in front of the net there. No call. We stay even strength. Battle by both players here in the corner. Trying to possess it, get it out here. Yeah, the Blues, but the Riptide are begging. They're trying hard for a goal here. Cyrus tries to find it up the boards, trying to break it out. They still can't get it out. Another shot. This one also goes wide, and the Riptide can't find the net. A pass to the front. That one also goes wide, but a wraparound try almost turns into a possession. Shot to the front of the net. A nice save by Beebe. And the Blues get away with one there as they were tired. They're going to be able to change. 5:23 remains in the second period, about halfway through this game in the C Championship, and the Riptide have controlled it up to this point, but Beebe is keeping the Blues in this game. Making some good saves there in the defensive zone. Good job with the paddle save there. Able to get his team a fresh change. 5:23 remains in the second period. The Riptide keep it in the zone here just at the red line. Decker dumps it back in. Two full teams on hand today. Only maybe one or two players missing. So we are getting the full roster. So both, there comes Cyrus back the other way. 2-on-1 opportunity for the Blues. Ball couldn't get crossed to the middle, but he still got possession down to the middle, and he couldn't quite corral it. Tough play there to make, and this one's going to be fired all the way down. That's going to be an icing. Didn't gain the line, and the Blues are going to get some fresh legs on the Riptide. Got to keep that unit out there. Fantastic play there, kind of generated out of nothing. Cyrus was able to find a way to wrap it around, get it to the front, just maybe 3 or 4 inches away from being a prime goal scoring opportunity for the Blues as they still trail 1-0 just over halfway in this second period. Crunch will take the draw here against the Riptide. He's going to not win it back, but it's blown dead. It was played before it hit the ground. Redraw here. Stack him up again. A shot off the face-off, intentionally so, and a great job by Wilson to see that the whole way and corral it. And that was actually kind of perfect for them. No possession, slow shot, and that allowed them to change because they were coming off an icing there. They were hurting for a change. So big job there by Wilson to hold it and not play it. Draw here, though, with a new unit on for the Riptide. This one is, once again, an early draw here. Riptide called out for that, a redraw. Ball dropped, one back by LaBatt. One-timer, that one missed wide to the right, but it was prime for them. And here's the ball, stolen, wraparound try, didn't get there, a block by Ocasio. Great defensive play by him, but LaBatt is finding a way to make some chances happen. We haven't seen this all game from them, and they are coming out with fire here late in the second period. The Riptide finally able to get it out of their zone, but the Blues still have control. Great flip pass. They get into the zone, and now it's going to be maybe a 2-on-1, 3-on-2 opportunity back the other way for the Blues. Battle in the corner. It's one away by the Riptide. Possibly 2-on-1 if they can get to it. They can't. Great back check there by the Blues. But can they get it out of their own zone? They will. Great pass up here. Clearing the zone. Now dumping it in. Mills will chase the corner to Ocasio. Ocasio tries to box him out. He falls down, boxing him out. Mills gets the ball to the front. Loose. Daniel Wilson covers. Great battles on both sides of the rink today. But I got to say, this second period has definitely gone the way of the Blues. They have taken control of this game after killing off that Riptide power play, really trying to rally for their goaltender, BB. And right now, Wilson is having to pick up the load here for the Riptide. Draw here, Clemente will take it. Some crazy bounces have happened in this game. It's one straight back. One-timer off the post! That one had eyes for the back of the net. Retry backhand, never got there. That one's knocked straight out and will go for an icing all the way down. Yes, an icing. So trying to chase it, couldn't quite get there, but that was kind of a look of things to come. The Blues with a prime one-timer, and that one barely didn't go. An inch separated that from a 1-1 game. So Wilson will thank that left side post and move forward here as Clemente will take the draw again for the Blues. He won it back cleanly last time, which set up that opportunity. Tries to win it this time, bounces up on him, but he still gets it back. Here comes a shot from the point. This one never got there. Still a battle. Blues control. Shot in front. That one just went through the crease. Corner, back to the point. Stamp on it. Holding, whiffs on the pass, and a spinorama back the other way. Maybe a 2-on-2. Riptide with it. To the front of the net, nobody home. Blues able to back check. Still controlling it though. Roberts, a shot. That one never got there. Blues back the other way. Trying to get it deep. Jackson tried to get it deep. Couldn't there. The Riptide back the other way. 3 minutes remain in this second period. Battle for the ball in the corner. Trying to box him out here. The Blues trying to get it out of their own zone. Miller keeps it on the boards to the Riptide. Throws it back in deep. Knocked back out. This one's going all the way back down the other way. Can the Blues get to it first? No, I think they do get to it in a battle for the ball. Wide open in front of the net. Score! Jackson with the one-timer. A great hustle there to beat the icing. And a pass in front one-timer. And LaBatt has tied it with 2:30 to go in this second period. And quite a celebration there, too.
Oliver's stolen from Russ.
I'm going to give him an 8.5 on the celebration. That one was good. And the Blues on the one-timer are able to tie this one up. Oliver Draw here just after the goal. It's a 1-1 game here, just like that. This has been a competitive one, and now the Blues have broken out. They're going back the other way. They're not stopping. Wilson out of the net to play. It goes across to Decker. Too far, though. The Blues take the ball. It has been all Blues this second period, and they're not stopping. 2 minutes remain. Tied 1-1 off the one-timer from Jackson. Battle in the corner for it. Goal to the front to Ashley. Couldn't possess. But another grade A chance for the Blues. They try to keep it at the feet of both these players. In it. Out of the zone. They gotta tag up. No, they call it good. Never mind. It was close. I couldn't quite hear the call. They called it good. Battle in the corner for it. The Blues still trying to control the Riptide. Trying to hang on and they ice it. And with 1:35, ozone draw for the Blues and no change for the Riptide. So just like that, this game went from a dominating first period from the Riptide to a absolute slugfest in the second. The Blues take full control of this game, and they're looking to add another one on here to take the first lead that they've had this game. Draw here, one straight back, another great draw here, back to the point. Nagy with the ball, takes a shot, that one's way wide, but the rebound off the glass, try, gets to Wilson, and Wilson will cover from the standing position. Unorthodox goaltending there, but it works. And a change will be had here for the Riptide. They're able to get off with a minute 24 to go. Last change probably of the period. And the Blues are making a game out of this. And honestly, if a game is going to go to overtime in these championship finals, I want to see this one go to overtime. This has been an intense one. It has been all over the place. We've had crazy bounces. We've had injuries. We've had penalties. We've had great scoring opportunities and a goal apiece. This one's one back. Oh my goodness, another one-time opportunity, but he stays with it. Ball was knocked off his own helmet. He plays it forward. Many good scoring opportunities here for the Blues. Amish with the ball, looking to shoot. Great block by Ocasio. I think that's probably his 4th block of the game. Another shot just gets to Wilson. He'll cover. .68 seconds remain in this second period. One more to play after this. 46 with a shot, and Wilson with a great stick save. Mills with a fantastic shot off the draw there, and a better save by Wilson. Amish to play it. Down low, battling for the ball behind. This has been at least 2 minutes of LaBatt possession. Trying to go to the point with it. Mills does get it to the point. Nagy winding it up. Shoots in. That one's just not close to the target as it's played in the corner. A shot, a great stick by Brown to not let that go for icing, but it stays in. The ball died in the middle of the rink, but the Riptide are finally able to clear the zone. Shot here back the other way, never gets there. And now the Riptide will try to work with 25 to go. Great pass up, but it's not out of the zone. Back up again, almost a 2-on-1 back the other way. They chase it, they gotta play it, no icing, waved off, 15 to go. To the front, bounces off a defender, and Wilson will hold with 11 seconds to go in the second period. What craziness has this game brought upon us? We had a chance at both ends. The Blues controlled it for at least 3 or 4 minutes in the offensive zone, came out, and the Riptide were not originally able to clear it, and then ended up with a few opportunities during a line change, and then back the other way again. Wilson having to make a save. So Wilson doing a good job keeping this a 1-1 game, weathering the storm here. As this one's knocked back through the legs of a defender. This one trying to be stolen away by the Riptide. They might get to it. 3-on-1 back the other way with 3 seconds if they hurry. And offsides though. Trying to get in quickly. An unfortunate offsides there, but I'm not sure they were going to be able to get a good shot off. 1 second remains on the clock. 3-on-1 opportunity back the other way, but just really not enough time trying to get into the zone there. Quick draw here, but it looks like we're going to go to the third period tied at 1. And that's exactly what we'll do. 1-1 at the end of the second period. The Blues coming back in this one. And we'll get with you for the start of period number 3. Start of the third period here. We have had a great game so far. It has been back and forth, high intensity. The Blues broke out in the second period. They're trying to get possession here in the offensive zone. Couldn't quite happen. Great pass up here. The Blues get into the zone for a moment. Riptide trying to clear. Tied up there equipment-wise. Here comes the Riptide back the other way. Offsides, delayed offsides here on the Riptide. Unable to keep themselves in the zone. And that one's going to get sent all the way down for an icing there. Not really kind of what you wanted there for the Blues. It was a delayed offsides, and then they iced it. So really kind of a tough play to make there. It would have been better maybe to get the intentional offsides, but they ice it accidentally. Top line's out for both of these teams. 9:28 left in the third period. Just started here. Kohler will take the draw for the Riptide. Brown lines up for the shot on the right. The ball doesn't get there. It gets knocked around a little bit. Ping pong, shift away, but it stays in. Brown tried to possess it. It kicks off his foot over to the left boards. Brown in front of the net. A shot, and that one looked like it glanced off of Beebe, but never got there. Net knocked off a little bit as they fix it behind the plate. Oh, we got 2 going down here, but no, it's clean here. Called clean. Nothing there. Battle still here along the boards. Ocasio trying to get it back into the zone for the Riptide. Getting chippy here between these two teams as they know the championship's on the line. 1 goal away. Back the other way. 3-on-1 for the Blues. Great move. Another diving play by Ocasio to block it. That's going to be his 5th block of the game. We got a penalty. And a cross-check called here for the Riptide, and the Blues will go to the power play. And that's huge. So the Riptide with a great defensive play there. Ocasio with his 5th block of the game. He's been making diving blocks, great defensive plays all over the rink today. If I had to choose an MVP so far, it has to be him with the way he's playing defense. If they end up winning this one, and they ended up taking a penalty because they were unable to get out of their own zone. So cross-check here, offensive zone draw for the Blues. Ashley tries to win the ball. This one goes straight out of play. That one's going to stay in the zone, so unintentionally knocked out of play. Either way, it'll be an O-zone draw again. Ashley wins it. This one is fired out of the zone, but doesn't get out. Schaefer with the ball. He's going to fire this one all the way down, and look at this. Battling for it in the corner. Shorthanded opportunity to the front. A 1-on-2 there. Was able to try to find a way to get in. Back the other way come the Blues. They're on the power play. 30 seconds have elapsed during the power play, as this one is going to be cleared out again. So neither one of these teams able to get a good power play opportunity this game so far. And BB comes and gets it. The Blues taking their time, trying to get back the other way, trying to possess, trying to get a good scoring opportunity. Into the zone go the Blues. They get it in. Jackson with the only goal of the game for the Blues. He gets it in deep. On the corner. This one is possessed by the Blues. Looking for a pass. Trying to find somebody. To the middle. Across. Jackson's going to be the first one on it for the Blues. This one doesn't go to either of them. This one is finally cleared. And with 20 seconds to go, they might have one more chance. But look, great hustle here. The Riptide get on it first. 10 seconds on this power play remain. The Riptide trying to possess on the shorthand, but back the other way, the Blues can have numbers. Ocasio misplays it. Back the other way goes Mandel with 5 to go in the power play. Can't find a shot, and Wilson will hold, and a penalty. And a trip or interference. There's 2 different calls there, but it's going to be the same player. Penalty no matter what. And as the Blues were expiring the power play, the Riptide take another penalty. Interference by Roberts. So the Blues couldn't score in the first power play. They're going to get a 5-on-3 for 2 seconds here. And this might be what the doctor ordered. So 5-on-3 for 2 seconds. It's one back by the Riptide. They let him out of the box. Here comes back onto the rink 4 Riptide players, but a power play. Behind the net, Amish controls, looking for the point. Trying to possess, get an opportunity. Behind the net they go again. Another full power play. Amish with the ball, a shot. That one deflected up in the air behind the net. Battle for it. Wraparound try, didn't get there. At the post, ball still loose. Now Wilson covers. A minute remains on the power play. With 6:48 to go in the third period in regulation. Still tied at 1. Better power play so far than their first attempt in this period, and they're looking to take the lead.
Come on, boys, let's go. One more and we win it. Let's go.
Silva will take the draw, the defensive draw for the Riptide. He's unable to win it, but Brown gets to a great defensive play by Brown on the PK. He dumps it all the way down. BB with the ball, holding onto it, throws it up the left side, or the right side, excuse me. Possessed here by the Blues. 3-on-2 back the other way. A little deep on that forecheck there for the Riptide. Deflects high up in the air. What a save! Wilson with a diving glove save.
Shoot it!
Stamp! Deflected! Didn't go! Unbelievable! Another save by Wilson.
Get down!
Battle along the boards for it. 25 remains on the power play. To the front. Pops up. Mills locates it. Shot block there. Great, another block. Ocasio up the boards. Stamp with it. 15 seconds on the power play remain. Still with the ball. Holding. Going to the front of the net. Backhand try. Never got there. 5 seconds to the point. One more try. Down to the corner. And we are even. Another penalty kill by the Riptide. That one is sent all the way down, and the Riptide will be called for icing. Hustle by Roberts there, almost got to it, but not able to. So as the power play expired, the Riptide cleared it, called for icing. 5:38 remains. So 5:38 remains in this third period. Regulation time. We will go to overtime if it's needed, but back the other way goes Ocasio. He's had a great game defensively. He's looking to create something offensively. He's got Chris Brown with him. To the front of the net, never got there. Rebound try. Brown is another save by Beebe. 2 in a row. Diving, doesn't make it in the net. Brown, double opportunities there. Great diving save by both goalies. Trying to get it out. Ocasio keeps it. Battle for the ball on the boards. Shot here. That one made it all the way, but Beebe deflects it to the corner, and it looks like the Riptide have some life here with 4:50 to go in regulation. Great saves on both ends for these players. Shot, and that one's blocked again by Beebe. Great job holding the post. The Blues cannot get it out. The Riptide possessed. Brown back into the corner. He's had a great game so far. Back to the point. Nace with the ball. A shot. No, it's a pass down low to Decker. Tries to backhand it to the front. Nobody home. Blues still can't get it out. The Riptide possess. Finally, it's thrown out, but that one's going to go all the way for an icing. And the Riptide will have an ozone draw, and the momentum is swinging back and forth. 4 minutes to go in the third period.
Jack, you have the shot. You have 22.
And a strategic timeout there called by LaBatt with 4 minutes to go, using an early timeout, and I don't necessarily disagree with that. It was a good call. Players were tired there. They have been struggling to get it out. They had to ice it, so getting their guys a little bit of a rest before they take this defensive zone draw. But right now, it's 4:16 remaining in regulation. The Riptide scored first in the opening minute of the game. The Blues responded in the second period with a one-time shot and are now tied with 4 minutes to go. Rules, of course, overtime will be a 5-minute overtime period. If we can't settle things in overtime, we go to a shootout, which is something we haven't seen in quite a long time, especially for a championship. And if that's how this game ends, I don't think you could have asked for better, but both these teams looking to settle things in regulation. Defensive zone draw again for the Blues. This is probably one of the most important draws of the game up to this point. One back here by the Blues, up the boards. Nace trying to keep it up for the Riptide. Hard battle here from both teams. They have possession, the Blues do. They're trying to find a way out, but nobody's open. Great forechecking here by the Riptide. Holding on to it, trying to find a way out of the zone, possessing it all the way up the boards. It's gonna get there. There'll be no icing. Great play. So the Blues clear, and now they got an opportunity. They possess it on the boards to the front of the net. Never got there. Another block by the Riptide defense, but now gets to the front. Holding it at the point. Back down into the corner.
Nothing.
Riptide trying to possess the ball again, but the Blues control it. They dump it in, and they change. Both teams do. Trying to get a change for the Blues. So Riptide get into the zone. Trying to pass across. It was up in the air. Tried to get gloved down there, but couldn't. A shot. It held by Beebe with 3:14 to go. So that was just a minute of action, but goodness gracious, what a battle for both of these teams here. Battle here, face-off one, and that one is shot way up in the air off of the referee. And looks like a stick caught the referee, a stoppage in play here. So Stan caught one there. A shot off the face-off, couldn't quite get it all the way. Battle for the ball in this corner. The Riptide possess, 3 minutes to go. Holding the ball behind the net, trying to find a way to get it to the front. Nobody really open. Great defensive back checking here by the Blues. Still controlled by the Riptide to the front of the net. It got there, but nobody home. Holding on to it still. To the front of the net, it's loose. Knocked around, played out by the Blues. Back the other way goes Gold. Can Gold clear it? He cannot. Back into the zone it goes. Riptide have it. Cyrus trying to clear it. Wide open in front of the net. A drive. That one didn't go. And Beebe plays it to himself and covers. Wells tried to get it in but couldn't. And the Riptide will change. So the Riptide with an opportunity, the Blues with an opportunity. 2:26 remains in regulation. A goal now would definitely put pressure on. A shot deflected, and it was loose. It was loose, but he did have possession of it. That shot, that rebound was there, but he was able to get onto it fairly quickly. So no harm, no foul, but Beebe getting pestered here by the Riptide. He's already laboring, very exhausted from playing a game earlier. And he's hanging in there tough for his team. LaBatt gets it out though, no icing, Gold's gonna chase it. Ocasio will be back on it for the Riptide with 2 minutes to go in regulation. Gold battling in the corner. Ball is possessed, he kicks it out. Great kick pass, a shot, that one was blocked again by Ocasio. Another block. As Brown gets a good trickle pass, a shot, and a save by Beebe. The work at both ends by these teams cannot be understated. Both back checking, forward checking is immaculate. It is as even as it gets for this championship game, and I don't think we've seen something like this in C for a long time, as the Riptide will use their timeout in regulation with 1:53 to go with an offensive zone draw to come. But I mean, just to recap what happened there, all the way down at the other end, opportunity for the Blues. Great kick pass. Ocasio with another block in this game, an incredible defensive game that he's having. And then back the other way, a nice save by Beebe. Hanging in there tough for his team. And right now, if you had to name an MVP for either of these teams, I think it's going to one of the goaltenders. I think the winning team, it's going to be the goalie that's going to get it. Beebe's hanging in there, playing tough, playing through exhaustion. And then on the other side, Wilson just being the captain of this team that he is, making big saves when they matter most, diving across the crease, coming up huge, and keeping this 1-1. 1:53 separates us from a champion. Possibly, unless we go scoreless, we go to overtime. Ozone draw ready to be taken here by the Riptide. Silva will take it. Brown will line up for the shot. This has been how they've been lining up all game. Good opportunities have come off these faceoffs. The Blues looking to make it happen. They win it to the side. It's controlled by the Riptide. A shot to the front of the net. Never got there. Cleared out by the Blues. Can they get it out of the zone? Still in. Riptide control. Back to the corner. Brown tries to get on it first. He will get on it first for the Riptide. Thrown to the front of the net. Nobody home. Here come the Blues back the other way. 3-on-2. They got numbers. They get it in the zone. No offsides. Keep it good. Jackson with the only goal. He's out there right now for the Blues. Can he get a second one to win it? Battle here at the top. The Blues keep it in for the moment. They stay with it. Blues trying to keep it in the zone. They do momentarily, but it's finally cleared out. No icing. 1:15 remains. The Blues are on it first. Send it up the boards. Tipped at the line. Riptide back the other way. Battle for it in the center. No one can get control until the Riptide do. Holding on to it. Brown at the point. Takes a shot. That one just missed wide. Ball in the corner for the Riptide. Can they find a way to win this one? Down into the corner it goes. Back to the front. The Blues take possession of it, but being chased. 42 seconds remain in the third period in regulation. Great stretch pass there was defended away by the Riptide. No one can find solid possession of this. Quick change here for the Blues with 30 seconds remaining. Great pass up to Brown, catching them off guard. A drive. That one went wide. And playing it behind is Beebe. Another change for the Blues. They're struggling to get their players off with 20 to go. Sent in by the Riptide. Can't find it. A shot. That one's blocked away. Sent out. Brown trying to keep it in the zone. Dumps it back in. Back to the front. Backhand blocked away. Clemente trying to take it away from Brown. Brown another shot and a save by Beebe with 4 to go. Beebe is hanging in there tough for his team right now. Same with Wilson. But I mean, the Riptide have thrown everything they've had in the last 90 seconds at this team. And the LaBatt Blues are looking to weather the storm, make it to overtime right now. They got 4 seconds to kill until we take an overtime draw. We'll see what happens. Sorrell to take the face-off. Brown will shoot for the Riptide if they can possess. It's won by the Blues. They win it back, and we are going to overtime in the C 2026 Spring Championship game. And you hear it there, 5-on-5, 10 minutes. That is the rule for overtime in the playoffs. No break for these players, no swapping of the goalies. It's 5-on-5, 10 minutes. Beebe already suffering from exhaustion in goal. He's played fantastic. He's got no break here. He's going to have to stand on his head for his team as he's hanging in tough. Same thing with Daniel Wilson. The next goal will decide the championship. Draw at center. We are back underway here. No break for these two teams. Overtime started. Its next goal wins. Into the zone go the Riptide. Can't possess it. Blues trying to get it back the other way. Cyrus not able to find a way to get it through. Across Schaefer goes to Sorrell. This one doesn't really find his stick. A battle for it. He gets through anyway. And a chance, a shot. That one went wide. In the corner. Trying to find a way to pass it to the front of the net. Deflected through the legs. Trying to cover Beebe. He will cover. And a stoppage here for the Blues. And Beebe looking tired. But he was able to cover, hanging tall for his team.
You two are going.
9:29 in overtime left. If we can't decide it in overtime, we will go to a shootout. Jump in the face-off draw there a little bit as Cyrus has to back up. Silva trying to find it through the middle. Another pass to the middle, nothing there. LaBatt really trying to close that slot, and so far they have. Battle for the ball, won by the Riptide. Holding on to it to the front, another pass by the Riptide, intercepted. Can the Blues go back the other way? They keep it in, deflected off a foot, and goes just wide of the net. A pass up the board, Cyrus trying to clear, and another great play by the Riptide to keep. Another pass, intercepted, Miller a chance, shot, and another save by Beebe. It deflects, he can't find it. Battle of pushing. Oh, into contact there between Beebe and a Riptide player. Getting back up slowly, and they can't get it out again. Back in, they dump it out, and that one's going to go all the way down for a no icing. Cyrus makes the play. What a hustle there. A shot blocked by the Riptide and straight out. And it was tipped, never mind, so the Riptide will be able to change, but it stays low. What a hustle there by Cyrus. So Beebe with a spectacular save at the other end, enforcing his crease. And then at the other end, Cyrus makes a desperate play to keep that ball from going into an icing. MVP-like play there for Cyrus. 8:30 remains in overtime. Face-off here for LaBatt. Offensive draw one. Wilson didn't see it, but he made the stick save. And that one just missed a point. Misplayed there by the Blues. They lose possession. Pass up here from their tender. Into the zone. Trying to find a way in the zone, but here go the Riptide back the other way. 2-on-1. Kohler across to Brown. Didn't get it. Amish tip there, but it's past. It's before the line, so it won't matter. That's still an icing as LaBatt tried to get it out there. A golden opportunity there. Wilson did not even see that shot from what I saw, and the stick saved him there. But those are the kind of plays that you need if you want to win this game. Both goalies have been standing on top of their heads. I would love to see the shot count at the end of this one. Both goalies, fantastic. Kohler trying to win it for the Riptide. He does. Looking for Brown, though. It's covered now. Shot turning. No, and it's saved there, but the net a little bit off of its position as BB will hold it and freeze it. And each team has a chance to change here. We'll see if they take it. So the Blues will change here. Defensively, they'll get fresh legs on. The Riptide trying to put this one away in overtime. 7:53 remain. This one is going to be won by nobody. Battle here, still at the face-off dot. Turning, trying to pass it, nobody owned. LaBatt trying to possess, they chip it out. No icing, great play. Acasio back the other way. And the Blues will have to control again. Another chip pass, good one there. They get control. Back the other way, that one's no icing. Great play by the Riptide to get it back in, but it's back and forth here. No possession established. Tipped. No ice here, and the Riptide don't like that call, but they're going to win it back. Trying to find the pass up. Brown gets it, gets knocked back into the zone, though the Blues still have it. And no, it's going to be offsides. And so this is going to be a offensive zone draw here for the Blues. We'll see. They'll have a conversation, but the call on the ice there was that the ball was played back in by the Riptide, and they called offsides on the Blues, although it should have stayed good because it was played back in by their own team. So the Riptide played it back in, and the Blues took it off of that play in. And so they'll call a blue zone draw just outside of the zone. So blue will control the zone. They'll have the draw just outside to the left. Mendel will take it for the Blues. Trying to win this ball into the zone. Brown gets it off a hot pass to his stick. Back to the middle. Gets all the way to Sorrell. Somehow that one got all the way through. He's going to have a chance down here in the corner. Turns. Pass it to the front. Score! The Riptide pull off a miracle in overtime. Sorrell to the front in a shot goal. 5-hole. And the Riptide have won it 2-1. Kohler will get the goal. Hey, thanks. Yeah, every morning when I wake up. Thanks, man. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I gotta start doing PB hockey games. Yeah. That's fun, man. It's fun doing it. So hang with us really quick as we get to our championship trophy presentation for the Riptide, who've won the championship. know. You want to bring the? Okay.
Yeah. She's undefeated as a coach and wins the championship. God, they're gonna be paying her like John Gruden money.
Too bad Caitlin's not here for this.
All right, everybody, I'm here with Daniel Wilson, our MVP for the C Spring 2026 championship game. Comes away with yet another championship. We saw just not too long ago, you guys were able to win the championship in overtime, dramatic fashion, not about a year ago, and you're able to do it again this year in the spring season. You came up with some huge saves, only allowed one in today. How did you feel going through that entire game, having to go to overtime already?
Yeah, this is one of the rare occasions where we're one of the only teams where we've gone through a whole season, won a championship, and not even win a game in regulation.
Yeah.
It has been a feeling out process. We've been through some tough times. We had some rookies come in. We've been trying to feel it out. We had to go through so many brutal losses, but it all finally came together tonight with how well they played. This was day and night for the first game that we had played.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine a better championship scenario. You mentioned that all your games, you've only won them ever in overtime this season. No regulation wins for you. Did you know going into overtime that you guys had it made since you made it to that fourth period?
There's something about overtime that just brings out the best in us, and we did that twice with the Zombies in what was essentially a 3-game series. But with the overtime coming up, like one part of me was nervous, but at the same time, we've been through it many times before. We have that experience compared to all the other teams in C Division. So I was a little worried, but not too much.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Congratulations to the Raleigh Riptide, the C 2026 Spring Champions, winning 2-1 over the LaBatt Blues in overtime. And we're here with Daniel Wilson, our MVP. And we'll see you next time for our fall season. See if the Riptide can defend this title. Thank you so much.